stories, sat sang. And how to use our faces, because sometimes we're angry, sometimes we're happy, then we're angry again, and we will learn how to use that and our bodies to make ourselves look happy and angry so that we can all work together. And the story I have for you today comes from a place in Pakistan where there are tigers. Who knows a place in Pakistan where you might meet Mr. Sher Khan?
But there's an area in Balochistan or something, or frontier side. They have a wild places, wild animals are
Around Khyber. And if you lived in Khyber and you are a woman, what is your name?
Balvasha.
Balvasha. Balvasha.
Love Balvasha.
So, are you ready? Ek समय की बात है. Ek वक्त. There was a woman whose name was Balva Shah. And Pulva Shah lived in Khyber. And as you know, in Khyber there are great mountains which rise up. And her husband had gone over the mountains far away because they said there was war. And all the men of Khyber had gone over the mountain, over to war, and the women were all by themselves, and every day they feared, they worried. What's happened? What's going on in the war? And sometimes over the mountains at night they would hear such noise, such thundering and rumbling. Can you make that noise with me? War! It was the noise of war. It was the noise of fear. It was the noise of anger, and on and on and on it went until one day there was silence. The women dared to say, "Yes, salam." And sure enough, a few days later, when they looked up the mountains of the Khyber, they saw the men coming back. There was peace. They were all so happy. Salam, Kushi. Oh, can you just yell for joy?
Yeah.
And the men came back, and some of them were smiling, and some of them had their wives. But Belva Shah, when she saw her husband, his face was so lovely to see you. Le Piatum say, Katihan. And every day he was the same. And she realized that something had happened to him in the war. And he was Today we call it PTSD, don't we? People who've been traumatized, but nobody knew about those things in those days. And she thought, what am I going to do? And at the very edge of the village, there was a fakir. And she went to the fakir and said, please, 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 I need some kind of potion. Please give me something. My husband must drink it and this must make him feel better. What can I do? And the fakir said, come back tomorrow. She came back and she was so happy that the fakir, he had a potion. He was stirring it and she could smell all these smells coming out of it. And she thought, yes, this is for my husband. Yes, yes, yes. Please, can I take it? No. There is one thing missing from this potion. You yourself must go up the mountain and get it. Yes, yes, I will. What is it? It is a whisker of Shere Khan himself. Me? Get the whisker of a tiger? No, I can't. Then, do you want your husband to get better? Yes, I do. Then do it. She thought, what am I to do? And she knew that if you went up the Khyber, up and up and up, you found a place where the tiger lived. And so she went up. She saw there was the cave. She saw the eyes of the tiger. And she went back home again. And she made some meat. And she took it up. And she put this bowl of meat. She put a bowl of meat far from the cave. The tiger came out, took the meat back to the cave. She came the next day. This time, she put that bowl a little nearer the cave. Every day, every day, every day, every day, din after din after din after din, until the meat was next to the cave. Each time she herself had gone nearer and nearer and nearer and nearer, and this time she was there. The bowl was there, the tiger with his great eyes, his teeth, his breath. Was there, his claws. The tiger looked at her, just like Choti Billy, and picked up the meat, went into the cave. And the next day, she came back. She did the same. And this time, she put her hand on the tiger's head, stroked the ears, stroked the face. And she thought she heard a like a choti billy, Went into the cave again. And the next day she did the same. She touched his head. And her hand went down. She touched the whisker with a heart. And the tiger did nothing. Picked up the meat back into the cave. And here, Al-Rashah, she had the whisker of a tiger. And she ran down the Khyber back to the figure. Look, I have the whisker of a tiger. I have done what you asked. Here it is. And the fakir took the whisker. He looked at it. He smiled. And because it is always cold in Khyber, he had a fire. He held it over the fire. He burnt it, and it disappeared. I spent so many months getting that whisker, and you've just burnt it. Now my husband will never be killed. How could you do that to me? And the fakir took her hands. Alvia Shah. There was never a medicine or a potion that could cure your husband. But isn't your husband, isn't his heart like that tiger? Isn't he as angry as a tiger? And didn't you, with your patience, Sabra, go Aister towards him? You think you are only a woman, but you are a woman who has the courage to pluck the whisker of a tiger. You now have the power of the tiger, and you have the patience, the kindness, the determination to heal your husband. And the woman nodded. Bahut shukriya, she said to the fakir, because she realized that she had learnt a great lesson. And all of us here, we all have our wars. We all have the people that we know that are angry and things that are going bad in this world that we live in now. But you, if you have the patience, determination, and kindness, each one of you here can pluck the whisker of a tiger. And you do not know it, but each one of you here has the kindness to solve the wars of this world. Kahani खत्म होगी.